Welcome to another episode of Learning English through news highlights using Microlearning. Today's topic is about an important business deal in the world of uniforms. The Wall Street Journal reported this headline: Cintas makes $5.1 billion takeover offer for uniform supplier UniFirst. It sounds complex, but don't worry, we'll break it down into simple English for you.
That's right. This news involves two American companies, Cintas and UniFirst. First, let's clarify the word takeover. In the business world, a takeover happens when one company buys another. It's like when a big store, for example, wants to buy and take control of a smaller store. George, can you think of a simple example?
Sure. Imagine if a big pizza company wanted to buy a local pizzeria in your neighborhood. They would take over the small business and become its new owner. A second example might be if a tech company, like a maker of apps, decides to buy a smaller app with fewer users. Both cases are takeovers.
Exactly. And in this story, the big pizza company is Cintas, while the local pizzeria is UniFirst. Cintas made an offer to buy UniFirst for $5.1 billion, which is a huge amount of money. Let's also explain made an offer. To make an offer means to suggest a deal. For example, if you want to buy a car, you say, "I will pay $10,000. That is an offer. Another example, if you like a house, you can make an offer to the owner by saying, "I will pay $300,000.
Great explanation. Now, according to the news, Cintas went public with its offer. This means that Cintas made the deal public, or they shared it with everyone, not just with UniFirst. Going public is a phrase we use when someone shares private information with a larger group. For example, a singer might go public about their next concert by posting it online. Another example, a company might go public about a new product by announcing it in the news.
But here's the twist: UniFirst did not agree to the takeover. That's what it means when the article says UniFirst rebuffed the offer. Rebuffed means to reject or refuse something in a direct way. It's like saying, "No, I don't want it." For example, if someone offers to buy your car and you don't want to sell it, you can rebuff the offer. Another example, if a friend invites you to a party and you prefer to stay home, you might rebuff the invitation by politely saying, "No, thank you."
Right, and when a company like UniFirst rebuffs a takeover, it usually means they think the deal isn't good for them. They might want more money, or they might want to stay independent. Independent means they want to run the company by themselves, without someone else owning or controlling it. For instance, a person who owns a small bookstore may want to stay independent rather than sell to a big chain. Similarly, a musician could stay independent by not signing a contract with a big music label.
That's a good point. Now, let's look a little deeper into why this news is important. Cintas and UniFirst are both in the uniform industry, which means they make and provide uniforms for other businesses. A uniform is special clothing that people wear to work to look the same. For example, nurses wear medical uniforms in hospitals. Another example is drivers who wear uniforms while delivering packages.
And this type of business is actually big money. Many companies need uniforms for their employees, so uniform suppliers like Cintas and UniFirst make a lot of products for a wide variety of industries, factories, restaurants, hotels, and more. By trying to buy UniFirst, Cintas can become even bigger and control a larger part of the uniform market. Control here means to have power over something. For instance, if you control a team, you're the leader and make decisions for the group. Another example, if you control your spending, you're careful about how much money you use.
Let me jump in here for a quick vocabulary review. Today, we've talked about these key words and phrases: takeover, which means when one company buys another; make an offer, which means to suggest a deal; and go public, which means to share private information with everyone. We also learned rebuff, which means to reject or refuse; independent, which means not controlled by others; uniform, which means special clothing for work; and control, which means having power over something.
Yes, and these words are helpful not just for understanding today's news, but also for talking about business and everyday situations. You can now use rebuff when you refuse an invitation, or make an offer when negotiating, like at a market or a sale.
That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed learning English with us and understanding this news story better. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next episode.